space. I believe my colleague Vijay has the management at MCX. Let's listen in what essentially the outlook is there.
Rolling. We have Mr. Mrugank Paranjape, MD and CEO of MCX. Mr. Paranjape, as usual, thanks for sparing this time. I know you have to rush out. Firstly, if I could ask you the one big thing that everybody is anticipating and waiting, when would be the sports contracts be, options contract be launched, and which would be that product that would be traded, because I know SEBI has already given you the go-ahead.
So I think the second one, very easy. We have the approval to launch an options contract on gold futures. That is going to be our first contract. In terms of timeline, I can now narrow it down to almost say a week. We are basically looking to doing something between the 5th to the 14th of October. So post Dussehra, pre-Diwali, we will definitely launch our options contract.
And clearly this would be the first time that it would be launched in the Indian markets. What is the kind of preparations? And clearly gold is the contract that I believe MCX would prefer, because traditionally you have your strength and the volumes there. What was the rationale in zeroing on gold to begin with?
So I think if you look at the whole history of why we have all been asking for an options contract, we believe it is a very good instrument for hedging. We want to increase participation in the market once this instrument comes in. So if I look at the MCX bouquet of products, if I look at the 7 or 8 contracts which were eligible under the SEBI guidelines, one thing which stands out for gold is that in the end-to-end chain, we have the richest participation in gold. In terms of preparation, therefore, very happy that between our team at the exchange and between all the industry, we must have reached out to more than 5,000 jewelers and people who are in the various parts of that industry, whether it is refiners, whether it is importers, in the last 2 months. So I think the fact that we have the widest reach in the physical market was the biggest reason for us to go for this product.
Okay. And quickly, if I could ask you, we all know that you have already issued a press release. There was a technical glitch that happened, although it was for a very limited period of time. Clearly, A, what was that have you able to zero in? And secondly, do we see any more upgradation in software in terms of what you tried over the weekend, and what is the status on that?
So I think, as you rightly said, we went in for a very, very significant upgrade in terms of our entire software. It was successful in terms of the initial testing. We had 8 weeks of testing, including mock runs. As all of us know, sometimes you could have an issue when you are introducing such a big change. We did have a stoppage. We have issued the press release, exactly what we've said there, that the issue that happened has been identified, isolated and taken care of. Going forward, of course, there's no big software upgrade now which is pending, but in terms of what happened day before, completely under control and working as per normal now.
And my last question, how have you seen the volumes picking up, because that was an issue? And secondly, agro, do we see something happening very soon?
So on the agricultural contracts, no, there's nothing big or no new contract yet. We launched a pepper contract. We are very happy it's doing well, and we hope it will grow for us. In terms of the volumes, post the first quarter, which was not so encouraging, I think we've already seen this quarter volumes pick up maybe more than 15% over the last quarter. Definitely GST has helped us. Post the rollout of GST, the bullion segment has picked up very encouragingly.
Mr. Paranjape, once again, thank you. Pleasure talking to you, sir.
Right, that was the management at MCX talking about their new contract which is available. Another management which is right now talking is DMart. So they have their AGM. We highlighted that at the start of the show, and now it's up about 1090 odd level. Very, very strong move for Avenue Supermarkets, as it's called, or the brand owner of DMart. It's at an all-time high. It is at an all-time high, 1107, which is it hit today. It's an all-time high for DMart. It's up around 3.5 to 4 times since its listing. Today is the DMart first AGM after listing. 11 a.m. is when it was expected to start, maybe a 15-20 minute delay, but I think you did get some flashes coming in from the wires which suggest that they are going for a cautious approach. So that is something probably, once you have the entire details, would be in focus. DMart is a stock 1083 at a lifetime high. Also, just talking about IPO, DMart itself is an IPO of 2007. The gush of IPOs on D Street has again kick-started. So you have 2 IPOs which have started today. Brokerages have given a thumbs up to BRLN, while Dixon Tech also gets a thumbs up. Let's listen in to the management.
We have large shares and we have huge conviction in our business model.